Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Anta KT Splash 2. So this shoe is available on Famuji for $83.99, so very cheap. It's a budget model, but as you guys can see, there's a nice little knit on it and some nice cushioning, which we'll get into. So if you guys do want to get it, I'll leave a link in the description box, but let's get it started off with the traction. I've only been playing outdoors with this shoe, and I've been playing a lot of outdoors. I don't know if you guys, I got pretty tan. And I have a pretty bad tank top tan, whatever. Anyways, so this shoe has very soft rubber, and I thought it was gonna be really bad on an outdoor surface, but it's actually not. So first of all, the court that I've been going to, I've been playing a little bit more at night now because I've been getting super tan in sunburn, so I want to be a little bit more careful. So I go at night now, and I'm going to a different court that has lights, right? And that court has a little bit more dust on it. Like if you bounce the ball, like where the ball bounces, you can see like dust coming up from there, right? So I don't really have any issues with traction on an outdoor court. Like it wasn't slipping or anything, because for some reason, like you know, the D Rose 773 2020, that shoe was pretty bad. The Converse G4 right here slid just a little bit on the outdoor court as well. So not every shoe is incredible on an outdoor surface, just from my experience. But this shoe was good. Durability wise, it was, I mean, okay, so it's definitely not as bad as I thought it would be. Like there's absolutely no tearing, right, or ripping off. Like I thought these really thin like rubber shapes would rip off very easily, but nothing really ripped off, besides I guess here where the ball of your foot is, like right here, that it ripped off just a little bit, but it's more just like wearing out. It's basically almost entirely worn out right here. Everywhere else is okay. Not even the heel. The heel, it's fraying just a little bit, but nothing ripped off, surprisingly. And let's check the right pair. Like that, yeah, there's really nothing, which I was very surprised about. It's just there's just a little bit of ripping off and a little bit of fraying right here. So durability, I wouldn't say it's the best, but I'd say it's pretty good. And even with this soft rubber, which was very surprising, because like I've had Nike shoes and like Adidas shoes where it has like super thin nubs, very soft rubber, and it would rip off on an indoor court, right? So I've been playing exclusively outdoors, and there's really not a lot of problems with this. I just think it won't be as good as like maybe the KT5 Low, where it has harder rubber. This wears out a little bit faster than that, but it's definitely a better option than some other shoes, right? I haven't played on indoor court. Sadly, I really miss playing on the indoor court. So just take this with a grain of salt. It bites really well on my wood floors, but it's just my wood floors are a different surface. Like it's a different finish than indoor court. Alright, moving on to the heel to toe transition. It's super smooth in this shoe. You have a nice curve shape here in the heel as well as in the forefoot. You have a lot of flex as well. So it's very fluid. It feels very smooth. It's not clunky or anything. So I really like the heel to toe transition. Alright, and moving on to the cushion, which is one of my favorite parts about the shoe, and they're using a full length flash foam midsole, and it is caged here in the heel, so it doesn't compress as much like here in the back, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I guess it kind of makes sense because flash foam is pretty damn soft, right? So if you press it with your fingers, you can feel it, right? And then there's a lot of compression marks on this midsole, which is kind of interesting. Like all throughout this midsole. For some reason, the KT5 Low doesn't have as many compression marks, even though it's using a full-length flash foam. Maybe it has something to do with like the net, you know, that netting that's on it. So court feel is pretty damn good. It's not the lowest I've ever felt, like in the Harden Volume 4, but it's pretty damn good. And impact protection is really nice, and I really need impact protection since I'm playing on an outdoor court, and my feet really never hurt. So impact protection is really good, even on hard impacts, and it's super soft. You know, there's a very nice compression in the heel as well as in the forefoot, and I can feel it like underneath my foot as well. Like the step in comfort right underneath your foot is actually very comfortable, and that also has something to do with the insole. The insole is pretty nice. It's thick, it's plush. The stroke board is that stiffer type of stroke board, but it breaks in a little bit and it also gets soft. So underneath your foot is also soft, but it's not crazy bouncy. I would say there's just a little bit of bounce. It's more just a softer, kind of mushier type of cushion, and that's what flash foam is to me. But yeah, it's not like it's too soft. It's not like it's too unstable or anything. It's just the right amount for me. So I really like this cushioning setup, and it's also responsive. I didn't feel like slow or anything because of the softer foam. So if you want like a responsive cushion that has really good impact protection and it's soft, but like it doesn't have a lot of bounce, it's more just like a comfortable cushioning setup, then this is a great choice. Alright, moving on to the materials, they're calling it an A-Web upper, and yeah, it's super dirty because it is a white colorway and I've been playing outdoors, but it's a really nice knit. It doesn't need any breaking in. It's soft right out of the box and it gets even softer. It's thin, has a lot of ventilation holes, and ventilation is actually pretty damn nice in this shoe. And I've been playing outdoors like even at night, you know, when I'm playing it's super hot. But I've been going at like around 6 or 7 right as it turns dark, you know, playing with my friends. Obviously my feet are gonna get a little hot because the concrete is in the sun and it's super hot. But it definitely wasn't as bad as some of the other shoes that I was playing in, so ventilation is really good. And, you know, it's quality. This shoe is 83 bucks on Famuji. I would say it's just a little bit thicker than like the Curry 6, you know, maybe just as thick as the Curry 7 if you've ever tried those. You have this strap, and it's made out of this like really see-through material. I really like this where it like kind of protrudes out. It's made out of this plastic. It's not like printed on or anything, which most companies I think would just print it on because I believe that would be cheaper, but Anta did it in this shoe. And of course you have this plastic counter here. It covers both the ankle and midfoot area, and then here on the medial side you have more just a synthetic suede material. So materials are incredible, especially for the price point. If this was like $120, $150 shoe, I would say that's worth it, right? Alright, as far as the fit goes, I went true to size and it fits me perfectly. It's slightly narrow and my foot is pretty much right at the edge. There's a little bit of space lengthwise, but I think if I went down half a size, it would be way too snug. So true to size was really good for me. And as far as the toe space goes, it was good. It was pretty snug at first. It's a good amount looser now because it is a knit material and knits do stretch out a good amount. So just watch out for that. If you have a wide foot, I would suggest going up half size. And also another thing on fit, you guys see this rubber part right here? This kind of acts as a lateral cage, but my pinky toe is literally right here, right? Like I said, it'll help with lateral movements, but this part was rubbing my pinky toes and I got blisters pretty bad and it hurt. Obviously, you build up a callus and you get used to it and all that. But anyways, fit was really good. And then moving on to support and lockdown, like I said, I had no issues. You have this rubber part here in the forefoot. You have this plastic cage thing, as well as the midfoot strap. And this midfoot strap is really nice. You know, usually I don't like straps because like in the Kyrie 6, it just goes one way, right? And it's pretty hard to put a lot of force on that. But because of physics, you have this like pulley thing, so you can put more tension on the strap and make it as like a lot tighter. It actually tightens on your midfoot. It feels nice. And also another thing I like to do is I like to lace up the laces first and then put the laces under the strap so like the laces stay in place and it doesn't get loose or anything. But one thing I would change about the strap though is this material. Like the see-through material, it stretches a little bit, right? So I don't know, it just doesn't seem very durable. Like when I really crank it down, I can feel it stretching. I didn't really have any issues with it, but if I could change it, I would make it maybe like a little bit thicker or something. There is no outrigger or anything, but I feel laterally stable. Like it's a wide, low base, and it's a flat surface as well, like as far as the outsole goes. And I didn't have any issues with heel slippage or anything. So supporting lockdown was really good for me. Alright, moving on to the weight. This shoe is, I don't know, I feel like A flash foam isn't the lightest foam, but I don't think it's super heavy. Maybe around 13 ounces if I remember correctly. 13.54 ounces. So yeah, that's actually like an ounce heavier than average. So I mean, it's not the lightest shoe in the world, but it's definitely not super heavy, right? You feel a little bit of weight. I feel like most of the weight is coming from the A flash foam, but you definitely feel responsive in the shoe. There's no lag from a material stretching or anything. There's no lag from the cushioning that I felt. So you feel responsive when you're playing it. It just feels a little heavy, and like the materials aren't like super thick or anything. And then the ankle area has just a little bit of padding, as well as the tongue, which feels very comfortable, but the weight really wasn't an issue for me. As far as the durability goes, I already went over the outsole. Something that I want to mention is the toe box area. So there's no fuse or anything covering the toe box. I feel like they should have, because like for me, this knit material is fraying. And I guess I fray a little bit more with my right foot. My left foot definitely isn't as bad, but my right foot, it definitely is fraying. And I feel like, you know, if you play with it a lot and you do toe drags and you're playing on an outdoor court, you will develop a hole here, so just watch out for that. But everything else, I really had no issues. And moving on to the durability of the cushioning bottoms out just a little bit. It's definitely not as soft as when I first got it, which definitely isn't a bad thing, because I would say like when I first got it, it was a little too soft. Like it didn't feel unstable or anything, but I felt a little slower, right? Just a little bit. But right now it's like perfect for me. Like if there's still compression, it's still soft, but I feel a little bit more responsive. So just watch out for that. Like basically all foams do that, you know, especially with me. As you guys can see, there's a lot of compression marks on this midsole. All right, as far as the aesthetics go, I feel like this is a great looking shoe, and I really like this colorway as well. And Anta's doing a great job. Like all of their models, they're making shoes for super cheap, and they're giving you like a really good tech, like their best tech. You're getting this knit, you're getting full length A flash foam. I don't think they have any other types of cushions. I'm not 100% sure, but A flash foam they've been using in like Klay Thompson's signature line, so it's pretty much top notch. But then this is a takedown model and you're still getting it, right? But anyways, tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. So wrapping things up, basically 85 bucks. This shoe is incredible. I love it. It's one of the best shoes that you can get for the money. Performance is really good. It's a good looking shoe. There's really no reason why I would say not to get this shoe. I would 100% recommend it. Just pull the trigger, guys. It's 80 bucks. You get knit, you get full length A flash foam, and it's a good looking shoe, like I said. So that concludes my review. Again, if you guys want to cop, I'll leave a link in the description box. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.